Hey, thanks for coming back to the channel. Uh, I'm going to borrow from the global warming princess Gutenberg or whatever her name is, right? And to President Biden and our Secretary of Defense and our Secretary of State, uh, to them, I say a robust shame on you, assholes. Shame on you this morning to say to Israel that unless they provide humanitarian aid to northern Gaza, which is still infested with Hamas, still, right? And civilians have been told, do not go back there. But you have civilians that go back and then they get killed. Well, it sucks to be them. Sucks to be their kids because they take the families back. Why? Because their men are still underground up there and they want to be close to their men. They want to be close to their men. Great. Let them die with their men. Let them die with their men. There is no starvation going on anywhere in Gaza, or certainly not the West Bank. Anyone who claims that there is starvation and or genocide, please look up the definitions for both of those and then come back to this channel or wherever you'd like to post it and support your claim. But to, again, back to the people in our country, to say to Israel that unless you stop killing your enemy, we're going to withhold arms from you. Remember, Hamas, every human that's in Gaza is Hamas. Every human, even the newborn, they're Hamas. So there is no humanitarian aid owed them. Second, there is no international requirement for belligerents. And now Hamas is not a country, so they get no rights, because Gaza is not a country. Hamas is a terrorist organization, and there are no international rules governing how you attack a terrorist organization and the people who support it. Let me give you some examples. Some of you know I've been in combat, couple tours, killed a lot of people. And the way it was real simple. Every morning, we go to our talk, right? We look on the wall, and in grease pencil, there was red hash marks on it's the topo map, red hash marks. Anything in the red hash marks was fair game. It was called a free fire zone. That means if it moved, you killed it. You didn't need free fire clearance. You didn't need anything. If it moved, you killed it. Killed it means killed it. From a distance or up close, you did not ask questions. Now here's the problem that we Americans and others ran into. Vietnam is an ancient country with ancient religions. And the people are tied to the earth. They're tied to the earth. Their ancestors are tied to the earth. So when we do our little hash marks and say, free fire zone, if you're in there, we're going to kill you, which we would, and we did, the people would say, but I can't leave. I can't leave because my ancestors are right here. 2,000 years of my ancestors are right here. So we would send people out to physically remove them before we would designate that area. Sure as shit, man. We go out to shoot up stuff, and guess who's back? Mama San is back. The kids are back. Now we weren't assholes. Because if we saw that, then we'd get pissed. We'd call the slicks in, we'd pick them up again, and we'd take them away, and then we'd shoot up stuff, and we wouldn't bring them back. But man, they'd show up again. That's kind of what's going on in Gaza. People want to go home. Well, suck. You shouldn't have been dicking around with Hamas. Now you don't have a home to go back to. That's your problem. Every dead body in Gaza is Hamas's fault, not Israel's fault. Keep killing them. Kill them until they're not there anymore. Kill them all. Let Allah sort them out. But it is not a requirement that we feed the enemy. We never feed the enemy unless they're prisoners of war. Prisoners of war, then you gotta feed them. Gotta feed them. So, to President Biden and the Secretary of Defense and the Secretary of State, who is saying this to one of our staunchest allies, who is in a death grip war on two fronts. We're going to say to them, if you don't feed your enemy in Gaza, that we're going to take weapons away from you. That's messed up. That's messed up. That's my story this morning, or one of them. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon. And as always, wherever you can, whenever you can, however you can, carry on.